The Wrestling Code is back as we have a brand new preview to share, with this latest offering showcasing some major updates that include brand new models, the Wrestling Code Arena, and the first gameplay footage using in-engine moves. So let's jump straight into this, as I'm going to play the full trailer in full. Then at the end of it, I've got some additional info to share and some behind the scenes footage, so stay tuned for that. So wow, that's the latest preview from the Wrestling Code, and it's a major upgrade on what we've seen so far, as this really gives us a good idea of what we can expect in terms of gameplay, as we've seen a lot of behind the scenes footage of motion capture, but very little of that in game, so being able to see how the moves have now been implemented into the gameplay itself is really good to see, as the motion on the moves looks incredibly smooth, which is a major improvement when you think back to some of the early previews where the motion capture was a little bit janky. So let's take a look at the trailer in a little bit more detail, and I'll share a bit more info on what I was given. As the trailer starts off, we have the reveal of YouTuber turned wrestler Chris Danger, who is the latest in a long line of stars to be confirmed for the game, with the video then going on to reveal Chris's model featuring his Danger Zone gear from DPW. In terms of his entrance motion, Chris performed his own motion capture for the game, with the developer sending along some behind the scenes footage of Chris suited up for mocap, and if you want to see more from the shoot, I'm told that he'll have a behind the scenes video going up on his channel, so I'll leave a link to that in the video description. As the camera pulls back, this gives us a great look at the arena, which is absolutely massive and it's jam-packed full of fans as the crowd extends all the way to the top of the 3 higher tiers. As the camera pulls back in, we get a clearer shot of the crowd, which is one of the new features that's been implemented for this build. According to the developer, the audience system itself has taken a few months to complete, and while we only see a single animation on loop in this video, the crowd have been coded to trigger animations based on moves and taunts, so you'll see them react dynamically when big moves are performed or joining in as RVD performs his taunt, while other features see animations triggered per section and the ability to load in custom shirts and signs, which is something I'm told we'll see in a future update. Jumping ahead to the gameplay section, I imagine this is the part that most people will be excited by, as this is the first time that we've seen moves performed in-engine, with a video showcasing 7 moves in total. Those moves include Chris performing Xavier Woods' finishing move, Lost in the Woods, against Ken Shamrock. We have a Shawn Michaels style sweet chin music with the warming up the band taunt against Matt Cardona. We have our first weapon move, with Chris showing off a move similar to RVD's Van Damnator, which sees him throw a steel chair to DDP and then follow that up with a super kick. We also have a Falcon Arrow as he goes up against Kurt Angle, Adam Cole's Panama Sunrise against RVD, and then 2 more versions of Lost in the Woods. These variations showcase 2 different selling animations, with the first one showing Ultimo Dragon's selling motion, while the second one shows a more over-the-top reaction as Fallah Bahh bounces up and then comically loses balance. So there's a few things we can take away from this, with the first one being that we're getting multiple variations to moves, so we won't always see the same motion happen repeatedly, as the animation will differ depending on the situation. The second thing we can take away from the footage is that we're still getting Ken Shamrock, RVD and Kurt Angle, despite the fact that they're now under Legends contracts with WWE, as it was feared that they would have to be removed from the game after they appeared in 2K24, though I've been reassured that that isn't the case and that the WWE contracts won't affect their status in the wrestling code. So things are really looking promising for the future, as the latest update really shows how far things have come, and while expectations for the game are obviously going to be high, the developer has asked that I point out they're still just a team of 10 and they're working on this as a passion project without a publisher, as they're fully self-funded and having to take on other projects to cover the cost. So with that in mind, I'd love to know what you make of the game so far and what you're excited to see next, so please do drop a comment below and stay tuned to the channel for future updates. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.